Did you know that our food choices significantly impact the planet? The global demand for meat, dairy, and processed foods is soaring, and this surge comes at a hefty cost. Deforestation, resource depletion, and greenhouse gas emissions are rising at alarming rates. As we fill our plates, we must consider what's behind our food. Each bite has a footprint, and it's time we understand it. Intensive animal farming is far from sustainable. It leads to massive methane emissions and significant deforestation. For instance, vast areas of the Amazon rainforest are cleared for cattle ranching, which alone contributes approximately 80% of the deforestation in the region. This destruction not only impacts biodiversity, threatening countless species, but also contributes to climate change, as trees that once absorbed carbon dioxide are removed. The World Wildlife Fund estimates that around 130 species of plants, animals, and insects are lost every day due to deforestation, highlighting the urgency of the situation. In contrast, sustainable agriculture offers a glimmer of hope. Techniques such as agroforestry and permaculture can minimize environmental harm while still feeding the growing population. For example, a study by the Rodale Institute found that regenerative farming practices can sequester up to 1.1 billion tons of carbon dioxide annually in the United States alone. By using visual aids like graphs and infographics, we can see the stark differences between these methods. The carbon footprint of our food choices is alarming. A pound of beef can produce as much as 20 times the greenhouse gases as a pound of vegetables, and it's a reality we can no longer ignore. Let's dive deeper into the greenhouse effect of food production. Food production is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions globally, responsible for about 25% of total emissions. Livestock emits methane, a gas that is 28 times more potent than carbon dioxide over a century. Furthermore, fertilizers release nitrous oxide, which is 298 times more effective than CO2 at trapping heat in the atmosphere. Deforestation for land clearing only compounds the problem, as critical ecosystems deteriorate. What about food miles? The distance food travels from farm to plate matters significantly. For example, a tomato grown in California and shipped to New York can have a carbon footprint of several hundred miles. In fact, according to a study by the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, food transportation contributes to nearly 11% of the total carbon emissions from the food system. Transportation and storage add to emissions, making our food choices even more critical. The journey from farm to table is not just a matter of convenience. It's a significant factor in our climate impact. The urgency of the situation is clear. Climate change is affecting food security worldwide. We can't ignore the data. Extreme weather events disrupt harvests, leading to food shortages. Rising temperatures threaten crops, making them more susceptible to pests and diseases. In recent years, droughts in California have decimated almond harvests, while flooding in Bangladesh has rendered rice fields unusable. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, warns that without significant changes, global food production could decline by up to 30% by 2050 due to climate-related factors. Our food systems are at stake, and the time to act is now. So, how can we shift our plates towards a more sustainable future? Embracing plant-based diets is a powerful solution that can have a significant impact. Studies show that reducing meat consumption can dramatically lower our environmental footprint. For instance, a single person switching to a plant-based diet could save approximately 1.5 tons of carbon dioxide emissions per year. This is equivalent to the emissions produced by driving a car for about 3,000 miles. Increasing plant-based protein sources, such as lentils and chickpeas, is beneficial for the environment and our health, as they require far less water and land compared to animal protein. Additionally, supporting sustainable farming practices is crucial. Organic farming and regenerative agriculture prioritize the health of the soil and ecosystems, using techniques that improve biodiversity and reduce chemical inputs. For example, regenerative practices like cover cropping and crop rotation can restore soil health and increase carbon sequestration. Local food systems can reduce transport emissions and support community economies, creating a win-win situation. Buying from farmers markets or community-supported agriculture (CSA) programs not only cuts down on food miles but also fosters a direct connection between consumers and producers. Each individual choice matters. Small changes in dietary habits can create a wave of impact. Exploring plant-based alternatives is a great start. Whether it's trying a new veggie burger or incorporating more legumes into meals, every effort counts in the fight for sustainability. For instance, swapping a beef burger for a black bean burger not only saves water and land but also supports a more varied and healthier diet. Consider that it takes about 1,800 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of beef compared to just 300 gallons for a pound of beans. We can all play a role in promoting a healthier planet through our food choices. The future of food is in our hands, and we must act with purpose. Our food choices connect to larger societal issues, including climate change, biodiversity loss, and food security. Innovative solutions are emerging in response to these challenges. Sustainable agriculture, food waste reduction, and plant-based technology offer exciting possibilities for a greener future. For instance, vertical farming is revolutionizing how we grow food in urban areas, drastically reducing the need for land and water. According to a report from the Association for Vertical Farming, these systems can produce 100 times more food per square foot than traditional agriculture, all while using 90% less water. Companies like AeroFarms have demonstrated that indoor farming not only conserves resources, but also can grow food year-round, offering fresh produce regardless of weather conditions. We can advocate for change in our communities and beyond. Supporting policies and businesses that promote sustainability is vital. By demanding better practices in food production, we can push for a more sustainable food system. Together, we can make a difference. A bite-sized change can lead to a greener future for everyone. Let's recap the key takeaways. Conscious food choices matter more than ever. Share this information with your community and inspire others to take action. Promote sustainable food practices and encourage discussions about food's impact on the environment. Remember, every plate can be a statement of our values. Let's inspire each other to embrace a sustainable lifestyle. Together, we can create a world where our food choices nourish not just ourselves, but our planet as well. The journey towards a sustainable future begins with us, one meal at a time.